Good afternoon. Welcome to the championship game of the North Region of the NCCAA. The men's final today features North Central from Minneapolis and the Trinity Lions from North Dakota. So this is the championship game. Maybe some people thought that Crown would be in this game, but Trinity knocked them off in the semifinals at 103 to 101. I did not see that game, but it had a very exciting finish to it. I know that. And Trinity ended up being the victor. North Central got here they got a bye in the first round, and then they beat Providence yesterday, and by way of that game, earned their way into the championship game. So the winner of this game for sure goes to the NCCAA National Tournament, and that is at Crown College up in the Minneapolis area as well this year. The women's game has already been decided, and North Central played Crown and won that game fairly easily. That game was right before this one, so North Central already represented from this region in the national tournament on the women's side. That tournament, by the way, will be at North Central this year. So both of them in the Minneapolis area, both guys and girls, but in different locations. This one you would think North Central would likely be favored, and so we'll see what happens with that, but on paper they would probably be favored, but that's why we play the game, as they say, so you find out. And I've heard rumors that North Central probably would go to the national tournament even if they lost this game. And so that happened last year as they lost to Crown in the finals and then lost to Crown in the national championship finals as well. So they're glad to see a little bit different opponent in this game, and we'll see what happens after the pregame festivities.
junior from Houston, Texas, number 3, Jonathan Agugua. And forward a sophomore from Bemidji, Minnesota, number 11, Sam Wilson. And guard a senior from Woodbury, Minnesota, number 20, Marcellus Mancarini. And forward a junior from Stephen, Minnesota, number 23, Colton Pagnia. The Lions are coached by Jordan Knoll, assisted by Elijah Guerrero and Josh Stoughton. Now let's meet the starting lineup for the home team on the scoreboard, the Rams of North Central. At guard, a junior from Minneapolis, Minnesota, number 3, Carrington McNeil. At guard, a grad student from Aurora, Colorado, number 4, Tanner Holtman. At guard, a junior from Aurora, Colorado, number 5, Remy Wedgeworth Brown. At guard, a junior from Minneapolis, Minnesota, number 11, Carmelo McNeil. And at forward, a grad student from Aurora, Colorado, number 12, Cameron Thomas. The Rams are coached by Jeremy Becker, assisted by
Starting lineups announced by Dave Welshon here, the public address announcer at Faith Baptist Bible College. Quincy Wilson, Jonathan Ogugwa, Samuel Wilson, Marcellus Mancarini, and Colton Pagniak, the starters for Trinity. Carrington McNeil, Tanner Holtman, Remy Wedgeworth Brown, Carmelo McNeil, and Cameron Thomas, the starters on the other side for North Central. I normally do faith games, as some of you know, so I'm not as familiar with these teams, so maybe a little more trouble getting you the names as opposed to when I'm doing the faith games. I at least know one team, but not that case here. I will also be as unbiased as possible. North Central controls the tip, and Wedgeworth Brown has it, and we do have two guys with the same name, Carmelo and Carrington McNeil. I probably get those mixed up. That's Carrington right there, launches a 3, misses. Rebound though taken by Thomas of North Central, and they'll have another opportunity. Brown had it, and now in the lane, that one rolls in for Carmelo McNeil. So North Central drawing first blood here in this game, so to speak. Speaking, of course, figuratively about that. Mancarini with the drive for Trinity, misses the shot. Here comes North Central back the other way. Wedgeworth Brown with it. And now that's Thomas, back to Brown. Carrington McNeil down to Carmelo, throws it out to Wedgeworth Brown, who spins in the lane, cut off on his shot. Holtman had it momentarily. Inside it goes to Thomas, and he shoots it in. Cameron Thomas gives North Central the early 4-point lead. These two teams did not play each other this year. Sometimes I believe they do. Not this year, though. There's a 3 on the way, and it bounces out of there. That was Ashkenazi, and I did not. Carrington McNeil shoots one in on the other side. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong sheet. It was Colton Pagniak who launched the shot for Trinity, and an early 7-0 lead, and a holding foul called on the drive as Ogugwa, who is the leading scorer for Trinity, by the way, he got fouled. That foul on number 12, Cameron Thomas for North Central, is his first. That's the first foul whistled on anyone in this game. Wilson with it. and has it knocked away and stolen, and a foul called on Mencarini as Carrington McNeil was crossing half court. So Trinity yet to get the ball through the bucket and find themselves in a 7-0 hole, and they are on defense here against a very good North Central team. They play in the UMAC conference. That's NCAA Division III, not National Christian College, but National Collegiate Athletic Association. Shot missed on the other end by Carmelo McNeil, and Trinity still looking for their first points. Mencarini gets inside and shoots it in. Marcellus Mencarini, the leading scorer for Trinity at 19.7 points a game. The kick and the three, and that is good by Tanner Holtman. Second three-point basket for North Central. And the net, brand new net, as the North Central women cut the net down. They replaced it, and it flipped up onto the rim, and they got it down, got that solved. At 10-2, our early score here. We've played 3 minutes, almost lost by Trinity. Mencarini has it, 12 to shoot as he's working on his defender. The kick and the three is not good by Pagniak, and here comes North Central back the other way. Carrington McNeil gives it to Carmelo. Carmelo misses the shot, rebound into the hands of Ogugwa. His runner in the lane won't go. Rebound Thomas for North Central. The Rams quickly back the other way. Carrington, McNeil, and now Holtman for three, and it's good. So North Central off to a very fast start there. They have scored 13 points here in the first 4 minutes. Mencarini launches a three, no good, and Trinity having trouble getting the ball in the basket. And that was an open look, maybe a little longer three than you sometimes would take. Carrington McNeil with it. A long cross-court pass to Thomas, and then way outside to Holtman. He misses that one after hitting a three earlier. Mencarini gets down the lane. Now Wilson, Quincy Wilson. The fake and the dump off, and then Pagniak gets his shot blocked, but he also gets fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. After that foul on Carrington McNeil, it's his first. Second team foul on North Central. Pagniak, a 51% free throw shooter on the year, will have two here. First one good, boosting Trinity's total up to 3. They trail by 10, 15:29 left here in the first half of this championship game of the North Region of the NCCAA. Pagniak hits both, defying his shooting percentage, which is about 50%. You would expect him to make one, miss one. Of course, that doesn't happen every time he goes to the line, but overall, a 50% free throw shooter. Malik Siggers has checked in for North Central, by the way. Siggers gets it out to Carrington McNeil. Long three on the way is good. And McNeil makes it a 16-4 game. The shot clock was counting down there. Pass wide open underneath is Pagniak. He lays it in, makes it once again a 10-point game. Brown had it, now Siggers has it. Siggers dribbling in the lane, the fadeaway rolls in. Didn't look like that one was going to go in, hit the side of the rim. think the back of the rim, the other side, and then rolled in. Shot by Pagniak, missing. They're leaving him more open. He's averaging 8 points a game, but a couple of his teammates are averaging quite a bit more than that. North Central focusing on them. Another three shot in by McNeil, and Trinity calls time to talk about it. 21-6, 14:03 to go, first half. Shooting percentage, definitely a factor in the first 6 minutes of this game. North Central, 8 of 12. They have hit 5 3-point baskets already, 5 of 7 from beyond the arc. And Trinity, on the other hand, 0 of 3 from beyond the 3-point line, just 2 of 8 overall. Mencarini loses control as he was driving against Nick Feller, who has checked in for North Central, and Marcellus Mencarini, who is a very good basketball player, just lost that one off of his fingertips and out of bounds. Wedgeworth Brown shoots one in. So Remy Wedgeworth Brown gets into the scoring column. He is the 6th Ram to score. A long three on the way and good by Connor Yeaslas, who has checked in. Oh, excuse me, wrong. Wrong side. Shot missing there by Ogugwa. It was Pollard who hit the three on the other end a bit ago. Shot missing there by North Central, and then a foul called on Siggers. Malik Siggers picks up his first personal. So Owen Pollard has checked into the Trinity lineup also. Other than that, it looks like the starters are all in there for Trinity. They find themselves trailing 25-9. Another three on the way. This one short by Pollard. Pass ahead by North Central after the rebound is too tall for Nick Feller, and that turnover will give the ball back to Trinity. So we'll see if this trend continues, where North Central currently has a 25-9 lead. And we'll see if Trinity can start hitting a little better. They missed that shot. That was Ogugwa, who has failed to score, averaging 21.6 points a game. So North Central doing a good job on him. McNeil gets it down low to Thomas. Thomas looking for cutters, and now gets double teamed. Ball slapped away, goes out of bounds, and it will stay with North Central. 10 seconds to shoot, 12:09 to play here in the first half. Jacob King checks into the Trinity lineup in place of Ogugwa. Pass comes into Carmelo McNeil, and now a long three is good by Nick Feller, and it really doesn't matter who is shooting threes. 6 3-point baskets here in the first 8 minutes of this game. Mencarini, and his pass is caught. Quincy Wilson, though, looked down at his feet, and unfortunately, if you're a Trinity fan, he was standing on the sideline when he came down with that ball, and that turnover gives the Rams of North Central an opportunity to extend what is now a 19-point lead. Carrington McNeil, he gets it off to Feller, whose shot misses. Quincy Wilson with the Trinity rebound. A lot of contact in the backcourt, nothing called. A three on the way, and good by Owen Pollard. That's the second 3-point basket he's hit since he came out off of the bench, and possibly Jordan Knoll thinking, let's see if we can get somebody in there who can hit a 3-point basket. Siggers hits a 2-pointer in the lane for North Central. 30-12 our score. King cut off on his drive. Gets it to Mencarini. Drives on his man, fakes, gets his man in the air and shoots it in. A little bit of contact, nothing called. Mencarini with his second basket of the night has 4 points. Carmelo McNeil, step back three is good, and a foul called as well on Mencarini. So McNeil gets into the 3-point action. Carmelo, that is, Carrington, his brother, I believe, twin brothers, as far as I know, has hit 3 3-point baskets. Carmelo decided he wanted a piece of the action, and he has a chance on his three to make this a 4-point trip. And he does as he hits the free throw. The lead now after that 4-point play is 20, 34-14. Mencarini still on the dribble and has the ball tipped away and stolen. Another defender came up and tipped it from him. Pass intended for North Central's number 24, Josh Hoffman, who's checked in. A little too tall for him, and on the other end, Jacob King gets his first basket, cutting the lead down to 18. Inside it goes to Hoffman, and then outside, shot launched as no good, and Trinity comes out of there with the rebound. I believe that was Thomas. I was looking away for a moment. I believe it was Thomas who shot that one and missed for North Central. So Trinity with the ball inside, kicking it outside as they work it around this zone. Mencarini for three, no good. Rebound into the hands of Trinity. That runner in the lane won't go for Siggers, and Mencarini comes out of there with it for the Lions. Mencarini open for a moment, decided not to trigger on the three, instead drives and kicks. 3-pointer on the way, and good for Quincy Wilson. So the third 3-pointer after starting off cold. Trinity has a couple of threes, and they have cut this lead down to 15, 34-19. So we'll see if they make this game more interesting. Shot banked in from the side. That was Carmelo McNeil. He has 8. His brother has 9, so they have 17 of the 36. Trinity, fadeaway shot is good by Samuel Wilson. His first basket, and this Trinity definitely warming up. Their problem is they haven't been able to really slow down the offense of North Central up to this point. And there is a wide open layup by Cameron Thomas. Nice pass from Siggers. He'll get the assist, and that bumps the lead back up to 17. So Trinity had an opportunity to get it below 15 last trip down. Couldn't do it. That runner in the lane won't go for Wilson. It's back to 17, and North Central has the ball after that miss. Siggers pivots, kicks. That's Carmelo. And ball almost thrown out of bounds. Siggers thought about triggering on the three. Looks like he likes to drive, twist, and shoot, which he does. He misses, but he is fouled, or at least a foul was called on Jacob King. Jacob didn't believe that he did foul, not being overly demonstrative. But Siggers will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws nevertheless. First one, no good by Malik Siggers, averaging 12 points a game off to the bench for North Central. So he didn't start, but he's been playing a lot of minutes here. Mason Bates checks in to the Trinity lineup before Siggers shoots his second of 2, and that one misses as well. 79% free thrower on the year is Siggers, but he missed both there. A drive shot, no good. The rebound, follow is good by Alwyn Pollard. So Alwyn Pollard has come off the bench, and he has 8 points. He's averaging 7.7, so he's over his season average already. So he's given the Lions a boost off the bench. Siggers with it for North Central as they work against this Trinity man-to-man. Siggers drives, lost the ball, tipped it back in, but he was out of bounds when he did so. He tipped it into Trinity anyway, so either way they were going to get the ball. And Siggers will take a seat on the bench for North Central. Back into the lineup, number 4, Tanner Holtman, who has hit a couple of threes early. Spent some time on the bench, but is back out there now. Drive shot misses by Ogugwa, but he gets fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2 for Trinity. That foul, 24, Josh Hoffman, his first. 4 team fouls on North Central so far. We're getting close, or just a bit under 6 minutes left here in the first half. Ogugwa gets his first point of the evening on that free throw, and the second is in and out. So North Central leading now by 14. That's Brown, Wedgeworth Brown, a hyphenated last name. Carmelo, and now Holtman. Holtman drives around a pick. Shot on the way and banked in by Jaquan Adams. That was a 2. A 3 from the corner is good by Samuel Wilson. So Jaquan Adams, and this is nothing against him, I say this all the time if you don't know me, he missed so badly that it went in. Sometimes that happens. You bank in a long 3. It was off, but it still counts. Bates has it. The pass to Ogugwa. He misses. Rebound by Carmelo McNeil. His step through in the lane does not result in a basket. Nice move. Couldn't quite get the shot to go in. Jacob King gets by his defender, turns around, shoots, it won't roll in. And what are they saying, a foul? Yeah, they're saying a foul down low on Samuel Wilson of Trinity. So I didn't see it. Ball was kind of rolling and I was watching the ball. Apparently a little bit of a push off there by Samuel Wilson. Samuel Wilson out of the lineup. Quincy in for the Trinity Lions. This is Remy Wedgeworth Brown with the ball. Gives it off to Holtman. Inside and traveling called on Jaquan Adams. Almost got away with that, got rid of the ball right after he drug his pivot foot. But the referee on the far side saw that and called it. A 13-point lead and the ball, and a nice move and shot by Ogugwa, and that move helps you understand why he's averaging almost 20 points a game on the season. A foul there, as driving into the lane was Carmelo McNeil. That foul will be whistled against Jacob King for Trinity. So it's now an 11-point lead. So Trinity's definitely made up some ground here in the first half after being down by at least 20. I'd have to go back and look at the running score. Don't have that in front of me. Free throw is good by Carmelo McNeil. He hits the first of two, but at least 20. Trinity was down by it. It was 11, now 12 as the first free throw by Carmelo is good. He has another one coming, and that one rolls off, but his brother bails him out and gets the rebound. Carrington McNeil. Carrington calling for the ball in the lane. Instead, they pass it down to Cameron Thomas, who has his third field goal, and all of them about like that. Close range, banking it at home. A three-pointer is tipped and blocked. Here comes Wedgeworth Brown with the ball for North Central. Stop and go dribble, kicks it into the corner. Thomas thought about a three, decided against it, and traveling is called on Thomas, and he says he got elbowed. So pushing off is the reason. Cameron Thomas travel, according to him. Of course, that doesn't change the call. Timeout called. 4:14 left in the first half. 43-29 our score. So Trinity has definitely raised their shooting percentage. They're up to 42%. And that's a reason why they're able to creep closer in this game. Trailing by 14 after trailing by as much as 20 earlier in the half. Ball tipped away and stolen from Ogugwa. And the driving shot is good by Carrington McNeil. That's his first two-point basket, and he makes it a 16-point lead. So momentarily down to 11. That shot blocked out of bounds by the shooter was Ogugwa. North Central swatted away, and Ogugwa will trigger the inbounds pass. In it comes to Quincy Wilson. Now Mencarini thought about a three, drives instead, and gets it to go. Marcel Mencarini with 6 points here in the first half, and he makes the lead 14. Feller faked and didn't shoot. Brown spins his way and kicks to Thomas for three, and it's good. Cameron Thomas shoots in a three. And the lead is up to 17. And Carini pivots twice, can't get the shot to go. Carrington McNeil out to Feller. He kicks it off to Wedgeworth Brown. 2:55 to play here in the first half. 19 to shoot as North Central keeps working it around, and Shooting it in is Remy Wedgeworth Brown, his first three. 6 different players for North Central have hit three-point baskets here in the first half. Ogugwa with a fadeaway on the baseline. And he's starting to warm up a little bit. That's just 5 for him here in the first half. That was a 2-point basket. It's an 18-point lead. 3 on the way, no good. That was Carrington McNeil from the far corner. The Trinity coming up on 2 minutes to play here in the half. Would like to cut this lead and make this a closer game going into halftime. And if you're a basketball fan, nobody likes to see a rout. Well, I guess you do if your team is doing the routing, but when you are just an observer that doesn't really care who wins, you like to see a good game. That's where I'm at in this game today. Shot missing there by Trinity, so they fail to cut into this 18-point lead. In it goes to Wedgeworth Brown. A hook pass down low to Feller. Now it comes back outside. Driving shot is good by Holtman. Holtman hit a couple threes, so his defender came out on him. Couldn't let him have that shot. He faked the shot. Nice drive, left-handed layup. Gives North Central a 20-point lead. And Carini, a 17-foot jumper by Pagniak as he got the pass from Mencarini. Wouldn't go in. Wedgeworth Brown gets by his defender and shoots it in. 7 for Remy. And the lead is 22. We're under a minute to play here in this championship game. That is halftime of the game. A step back 3 doesn't go for King. Rebound into the hands of Carrington McNeil. Wedgeworth Brown. Nice move down the lane. Shoots in another one. So all of a sudden, Wedgeworth Brown has warmed up. Foul is called in the front court on Nick Feller. That is the 5th team foul. Sorry, that was on Carrington McNeil, his second. Ogugwa's fadeaway won't go. Tipped around, and then it goes off the fingertips of Remy Wedgeworth Brown out of bounds. So Trinity will keep it on their end. 20.2 seconds on the clock, 20 seconds on the shot clock. So Trinity, if they so desire, can run the clock down and take the last shot of the half if they don't turn it over. Quincy Wilson pulls it out. It looks like they will try to score here at the end of the half. Quincy Wilson still dribbling. Cameron Thomas watching him, and they throw it away with 2.4. Nice designed play as Colton Pagniak, if he could have caught the pass, would have been open. Half-court shot at the buzzer does not go for North Central, and we have reached halftime. 57-33, our halftime score. North Central with a 24-point lead. We'll give you some stats before the second half begins. Kurt Fincher-Marie joining you from Faith Baptist Bible College in Ankeny, Iowa. We are at halftime of the championship game of the men's North Region Final. It is a 24-point lead for North Central at halftime, 57-33. And the winner of this gets an automatic berth into the Division II NCCAA tournament, national tournament, which will take place next week up in Minneapolis area at Crown College. And North Central has this one well in hand. Of course, stranger things can happen, but they are leading by 24, and part of the reason is torrid shooting. 64% in the first half for North Central, and 9 of 14 from beyond the arc, and that's 64.3%. On the other side, Trinity is 13 of 34, 38%, and they're 4 of 12 on three-point baskets. So not very many free throws shot, 2 of 5 for North Central, 3 of 4 for Trinity, but definitely a huge advantage in field goal percentage has propelled the Rams to this 24-point lead. They were led in scoring in the first half by Carrington McNeil with 11. 3 guys have 9, 1 guy with 8, so very balanced scoring for North Central. And on the other side, Owen Pollard was the leader off the bench for Trinity with 8. Pagniak gets the first basket of the second half as Trinity gets the first possession and works their offense to perfection. Had a guy open down low, and they started off cold, ended up shooting better. That shot is missed, and Carmelo McNeil follows it up. He had 9 in the first half. He now is tied with his brother Carrington for the lead in scoring on his team in this game with 11. So Trinity shot better. Their problem was they couldn't get enough stops, and if they are going to have a chance in this game, you're going to have to get some stops. Ball stolen away by Mencarini. He stole it from Carrington McNeil. Now the ball is stolen and laid in by Carmelo McNeil on the other end. So the steal didn't result in an advantage for Trinity as they turned the ball over. And the lead is now 26-24 at halftime. Pagniak launches one, tries to bank it, or we'll assume he tried to bank it from that angle. He probably did. Regardless, he missed it. Wedgeworth Brown kicks it out after driving in the lane. Shot good by Carrington McNeil, and he will go to the line as well. I'm an old guy. That looks so odd to me. It looks like traveling when they do that Euro step. But I've watched it on video, and they're still taking just 2 steps like you would on a traditional layup. Shot, free throw is good. Just looks odd to me as an old timer, but it is legal, and it worked there for McNeil. He got the free throw to go as well. Shot missing by Ogugwa. Wedgeworth Brown gets by his defender. A little bit of a wild shot, didn't go in. Here comes Trinity the other way. Mencarini open for 3, can't get it to roll in. Rebound, though, pulled down by Trinity. Ogugwa for 3, no good. Pagniak follows it up and misses, but a foul is called. So Colton Pagniak, who had 4 in the first half, he's the only Lion to score so far here in the second half, and he has an opportunity here for 2 free throws. First one good by Colton Pagniak. Averaging 8.2 points per game on the season, and he has 8 right now, and is the tied for the lead in scoring on his team. Owen Pollard off the bench had 8 in the first half for the Lions, as we mentioned earlier. Trinity with the ball. A drive, a double team, but it didn't matter as Cameron Thomas shot in that layup. 66-37, 29-point lead. So that 24-point lead at halftime has been extended by an additional 5. Cut off on the drive was Wilson. Now he pops a three-pointer, misses, but the rebound follow is good by Samuel Wilson. Wedgeworth Brown with the ball. Pass underneath goes to Thomas. Brown fakes and drives and gives it to Thomas, who lays it in. 13 for Cameron Thomas in this game. 13 of the 68 that his team has. Drive shot there by Mencarini is good. He has 8, still a long ways away from his season average of almost 20. Missing everything on that shot was Cameron Thomas. Coming away with it are the Lions of Trinity, the blue-clad Lions. A nice fake, reverse layup, no good, but a foul is called, and that will send Samuel Wilson to the line. That foul on Carmelo McNeil. Number 1 on Carmelo. His team has 2 this half. First free throw good by Wilson. Second one as well, good by Samuel Wilson. He now has 9. It's a 25-point lead for North Central. A long 3 on the way, no good. That was Cameron Thomas. Here comes Trinity. Mencarini stops and pops a 3, and it's good. Marcellus Mencarini now with 11. The lead is 22, so a gain of 2 points by Trinity in this half. The pivot and the shot goes in by Carmelo McNeil. Now that was more of a traditional move. Doesn't look like traveling to me. Just a pivot and shoot it in with the left hand. Nice shot there by McNeil. Nice drive shot. It goes in for Ogugwa. First basket of this half. He has 7 in the game. Wedgeworth Brown kicks to the corner. Shot missing everything. That was number 12, Thomas. And Mencarini shoots in a 3. So a couple of 3-point baskets in a row by Marcellus Mencarini makes this a 19-point game. Still a long ways to go for Trinity to get back in this one. Ball tipped away and stolen by Mencarini. Tipped it out of the hands of Cameron Thomas. Now Mencarini all the way to the basket, lays it in. So Marcellus Mencarini with 16 now in this game, 10 in this half, and he has brought Trinity back within 17. So at least with 13 minutes and 51 seconds, you would have some hope, but that kind of dashes the hope a little bit as Tanner Holtman shoots in a long 3-pointer. Once again, makes it a 20-point game. Timeout called. 13:45 to go. North Central leading by 20. Jumper on the baseline missing, foul called. That was Ogugwa working against Siggers again. This time Siggers picks up a foul, and Ogugwa will go to the line to shoot two. An 18-point difference in this game at the moment. Ogugwa hits the first of two. And the second one rattles in as well, and it's a 16-point game. So Trinity has shaved 8 points off the halftime lead, playing much better this half, but the question is, was the deficit too big? Shot missing there. Nice move by Mencarini, who shoots it in and gets fouled as well. So now we're down to a 14-point game, 73-59. It could be 13 if Mencarini hits this free throw. And it doesn't go in. Ogugwa got his hands on it, but knocked it out of bounds. So Mencarini, 18 points. The lead is 14 for North Central. So North Central has cooled off a little bit. They've missed some shots that they made in the first half. And that's a factor in Trinity being able to creep back a little closer in this game. Driving shot is good by Siggers, and he gets fouled as well. And that's a big play for North Central after the lead was cut down to 14. It's back up to 16 with that layup, and Siggers with a chance to bump it up to 17 with the free throw. That foul, the first on Quincy Wilson, by the way. Siggers hits the free throw, 76-59. Mencarini falls down, keeps his dribble. Nice drive by Ogugwa. So Ogugwa and Mencarini, the two leading scorers on this team, are scoring a lot of points here in the second half. Rebound tipped around after the miss. Trinity comes out of there with it. Ogugwa, the kick to the corner. And what are they saying? Jacob King had a heel on the sideline. So 15-point game, 11:05 to go. Within striking distance for Trinity. We'll see if they can continue this surge after the timeout. $11:05 to go in this one, the championship game. Playing for the right to go to the national tournament on the NCCAA Division II level in men's basketball. And this is the North region, and the teams will meet at Crown College in the Minneapolis area. St. Bonifacius, I think, is the actual address of Crown College, a suburb of the Twin Cities. North Central with the ball, twisting and not able to shoot. Pass to Brown, Wedgeworth Brown. Big shot there by Remy Wedgeworth Brown. His first basket of the game. Mencarini gets loose, and they're having a hard time stopping him in the second half. They were He didn't score a ton in the first half. So Trinity a lot better on offense this half. But still having trouble stopping the North Central offense. They have 79 points. We still have 10 minutes and 23 seconds to play in this game. Holtman had it. Now Wedgeworth Brown, who has hit a couple of threes, gets it into the lane. Shot is up and in by Blue Smaller. Blue with a basket in both halves now. I've known one other person named Blue in my life. Ogugwa shoots in a three on the other end. 81-66, 15-point game. Siggers gets in the lane. Kicks it out to Wedgeworth Brown. Down underneath, and the ball knocked away and stolen by Ogugwa. A runner banked in by Jacob King. Second basket of the game for Jacob. Makes it 81-68. So the lead back down to 13. Wedgeworth Brown kicks it out to Siggers. Thought about a three and thought better of it. Instead drives. A reverse layup is good. Malik Siggers has 5 points in this half, 9 in the game. Mencarini driving is cut off, still dribbling. Now it comes to Quincy Wilson, and now a long three is good by Jacob King. So now it's a 12-point game, 83-71, 8:47 left in this contest, barring a continuation of the comeback and overtime. There's a shot, a two-pointer, goes in for Carmelo McNeil. He has 17, and every time you think, okay, Trinity is going to get this down into single digits, something happens. There's a turnover, and that shot misses, but a foul called on Owen Pollard of Trinity. So after the steal, Carmelo McNeil picked the ball up, and Trinity missing an opportunity there on that trip to get it below 13. It hasn't been. Yes, it was 11, I believe, at one time. Speaking of 11, number 11 for North Central shoots in the free throw. That's Carmelo McNeil. So the lead is 15, 8:17 left in this one. Carmelo McNeil rolls in the second of two free throws, goes 2 for 2 on that trip. Ogugwa gets a high pick, can't do anything with it. That's King with it. Now Ogugwa has it back with 15 to shoot. All tipped away. Ogugwa gets it back. A three on the way, rimming out for Jacob King. He just hit one from that spot. Couldn't get that one to go. Edgeworth Brown cut off on his drive by Quincy Wilson. Three on the way, no good. That was Cameron Thomas. And Cameron hit a three in the first half. I think he's missed a couple here in the second half. Mencarini is fouled by Cameron Thomas, and that is a non-shooting foul. Mencarini was passing it to the corner. That ball actually was stolen, but a foul was called first. 7:30 to go, a 16-point lead for North Central. Trying to make sure they get invited to the national tournament. A short jumper is good there by King. As we said earlier in the broadcast, likely, even their record is 17-10, but they play a lot of good competition. And so they would likely get invited. Even if they didn't win this game, it looks more and more like they're going to. Cameron Thomas shoots in one there as he just backed his way in and shot the short jumper. The fake, and then the shot is good by Owen Pollard. Owen, we mentioned, was the leading scorer in the first half. That's his first basket here in the second half. Wedgeworth Brown drives in the lane, and a foul is called, a blocking foul on Jacob King. That's one of those where you say, well, the contact definitely initiated by the offensive player. You can't really say he has lowered his shoulder and bowled him over. Inbounds pass is stolen away, and the shot is good by Ogugwa after the steal. That one was a tough shot. A defender bearing down on him ended up shooting it with the right hand from the left side. Wedgeworth Brown gets in the lane, almost stolen, but retained by the Rams of North Central. Thomas surrounded. Brown, the layup is good. Remy Wedgeworth Brown is averaging 8 points a game, and he looks like a guy that could average 20. That shot missing, a little bit of contact, nothing called. Ogugwa ended up on the floor. Drive shot on the other end is good by McNeil, Carmelo McNeil. 93-77, leads back up to 16, timeout called. Trinity with the ball after the timeout, trailing by 16, 5:46 to go, and it's getting to the point where you say they've got to make a run immediately. A three there would have helped their cause, but that one missed by Ogugwa. And an offensive foul called. That's illegal screen on Cameron Thomas. Third personal on Cameron. Team fouls even at 6 apiece. Mencarini gets the ball inbounds for Trinity and still has it. And that ball goes out of bounds. Trinity will retain possession as it was hit, it looked like, by Cameron Thomas. So Ogugwa gets it in to Quincy Wilson. Now Mencarini. Ogugwa with it back, working on Brown. Cut off on his drive. 7 on the shot clock. Mencarini step back 2, no good. And Trinity now was shooting the ball better the last couple of trips down the floor, unable to get one to go. Carrington McNeil gives to Wedgeworth Brown. He pulls it out and kicks it on the far side to Holtman. Faked a 3, drove and passed, 7 to shoot. As Carmelo McNeil launches a 3, no good. Rebound into the hands of Trinity. If they're going to make a run, you got to start probably right now. And there's a 3 by Ogugwa. And we mentioned averaging 21.6. And we'll check on how many points he has. The lead is 13. So if you're Trinity, you have to get stops, and they do not, as Carrington McNeil drives and scores. 4 minutes exactly as I glance up at the clock here in the Nettleton Center on the campus of Faith Baptist Bible College, the site of the region tournament this year in the North region. Ogugwa has 21 points, by the way, only 5 at halftime, averaging 21.6. So he is almost at his season average. Mancarini gets it inside, can't shoot. 3 on the way, and good by Quincy Wilson. His second 3 of the game, and he makes it a 12-point game with 3:32. I would say this is still in reach. Most definitely, you can make up 12 points in 3.5 minutes, but stops and scores. That's what it takes. Running some clock is North Central. Carrington McNeil gives to Carmelo. He misses the shot, and Trinity with the rebound. Then Carini has it in his hands. So a score here, especially a 3-point basket here, would go a long way to help the cause of Trinity, and they can't get it to go, as in the lane was Jacob King. His turnaround didn't go. So wouldn't say that's the end of the line, but Trinity really needed a basket there to have a chance. North Central running some clock every time. They're down to 10 on the shot clock, 2.5 minutes to go. Wedgeworth Brown launches a 3, no good. Rebound into the hands of Pollard. So once again, score this time down, probably crucial for Trinity, and Jordan Noel, the head coach of Trinity, calls a timeout. It comes with 2:17, a full timeout, 95-83 our score. .5 lead for North Central as we come out of the timeout. Trinity with the ball, and they'll see if they can make this comeback complete. They were down by 24 points at halftime, down 12, so they've cut that deficit in half. Ogugwa with the drive and the basket, and he is fouled as well. Ogugwa with 23 points and 18 of those here in the second half, and he makes it a 10-point game. And he has a free throw coming after that foul on Carmelo McNeil. Free throw good, and for the first time in a long time, the lead is down to single digits. The lead is 9. Sometimes, and North Central's been running clock, and when you have a big lead, you think, yeah, I need to do that. But sometimes it gets you out of your rhythm. But they get back into rhythm there as Cameron Thomas drives and scores. So the lead back up to double digits, 11. Ogugwa throws it away. He probably should have just went ahead and shot. He got his defender off his feet. He got him into the air, and decided to pass in the direction of Quincy Wilson, but it went out of bounds. So sometimes one play makes a difference, and that might have been it right there. It's an 11-point lead, a minute 28 to go, and North Central shoots free throws really well. That pass underneath results in a shot that misses. Mencarini lays it in on the other end. Mencarini makes it a 9-point game, a minute 7 to go. The stranger things has happened. It's hard to make up 10 points in a minute. And a shot in and a foul as well. Thomas has come up big down low in this game, and that probably will do it. 99-88. That foul, by the way, on Mencarini, his third, not really a factor that he has 3 at this point in the game. Thomas' free throw is good. That 3-point play gives North Central an even 100. 100 to 88. Mencarini drives, can't get the shot to go. And a foul called on Quincy Wilson. So we'll walk to the other end. Tanner Holtman, 87% free thrower on the year. As I look at free throw percentages, 79, 82, 87, 77, 80. There's a lot of good free throwers on this team, including Tanner Holtman. Free throw misses. It was a 1-and-1, so I bragged on them too early. Ogugwa gets it to go, and a foul called as well. And somewhat disbelieving is Nick Feller, who had that foul called on him. Makes it a 10-point game. It can be 9. And that's as close as Trinity's been able to come in this half. Ogugwa's free throw rims out, and a foul called in the backcourt on Quincy Wilson. So that's really your only choice at this point. You have to foul quickly, you have to hope for missed free throws, and you hope to hit threes on the other end, but still 10 points, 33.7 is difficult. Carrington McNeil at the line shooting a 1-and-1. And it rolls off. Here comes Trinity the other way. Ogugwa. And lays it in, and he is fouled. So Trinity hasn't quit yet, and definitely Jonathan Ogugwa hasn't. He hits the basket, making it an 8-point game. He'll have a free throw after this full timeout by Trinity. Well, as much as I bragged on North Central's free throw shooting, they have missed some free throws down the stretch here that has kept Trinity at least hoping that they might complete this comeback. They're still trail by 8, and Ogugwa is at the line to try to finish a 3-point play. 28 points, and now 29 as he hits it and makes it a 7-point game. And still, you would say, if North Central can hit free throws, they're going to win this game. They can't foul. Can Trinity? They finally do reach in and slap Carrington McNeil from behind. 22.8 seconds left in this game, and Carrington McNeil is an 82% free throw shooter on the year. And he hits the first. a 2-shot foul situation, as that is 10 team fouls on Trinity. Second one missed. 101-93. You about have to have a 3. And a travel called on Jacob King, and that probably will do it. 16.3. Really, Trinity had to have a 3 there. Even if they would, it would still be a 5-point game. 16.3. 101-93. In it comes. And certainly, Trinity did not roll over and die. Stayed competitive in this half after trailing by 24, and their two best players, really, Jonathan Ogugwa and Marcellus Mencarini, really turned it on after having 5 and 6 points at halftime, respectively. Free throw, no good, by Carmelo McNeil. Second one good by Carmelo. 15 seconds to go, 102-93. Ogugwa all the way to the basket, lays it in. 9.9 seconds remaining, and Brown is fouled. Wedgeworth Brown is fouled by Ogugwa with 9 seconds to go. Seven-point game. 2 free throws coming here for Wedgeworth Brown. He's a 77% free throw shooter. He hits the first. His first free throw attempt of this game, and he hits both. 9 seconds to go. Mencarini all the way to the basket. Can't get it to go. Rebound North Central, and they're going to win this one 104-95. Our final score, and North Central Rams are the champions of the North Region and will move on to the national tournament. NCCAA Division II level. We'll just quickly give you the individual scoring before we sign off here. For North Central, they were led in scoring by Carmelo McNeil with 22 points, Cameron Thomas 20, and most of those were down low. He did hit 1 3-point basket. 17 for Carrington McNeil, 16 for Remy Wedgeworth Brown, 11 for Tanner Holtman, so they had 5 guys in double figures. Malik Siggers off the bench had 9, Blue Smaller with 4, Nick Feller with 3 on 1 3-point basket. Adams had 2 points for North Central. Trinity led by their leading scorers, Ogugwa, as we mentioned, only 5 at halftime, ended up with 31 points, 26 points in the second half. Marcellus Mencarini with 22 after having just 6 at halftime. So those guys had a lot of points in the second half, but it was not enough for them to come away with a victory. Owen Pollard also in double figures for Trinity with 10. A couple of guys with 9, King and Samuel Wilson. Pagniak with 8 and 6 for Quincy Wilson. In the game, North Central ended up shooting over 60%, 41 of 68, including 11 of 27 from beyond the arc. And Trinity shot the ball way better in the second half, ended up shooting 50% for the game, 38% from 3, 10 of 26. But it was not enough, and North Central ends up being the regional champion here from this site of the North Regional this year, Faith Baptist Bible College in Ankeny. Well, happy to bring you this game. Kurt Fincham signing off from Ankeny, Iowa.